back to a very sunny episode. We've finally gotten a break down in Kerry. A big jump from our 3 days away last year. We've managed to get a week down here, Beara Peninsula, where we're hanging out with chickens. Hey, say hi, Chucks. Hey guys. Yeah, these guys just like the shade. So, what have I been doing? Yeah, taking a break away from the car. But the work I've done so far is pretty good. We've got everything back. Let's see, what did I leave? Up until last week, I managed to get my brakes done. Managed to get new HV wiring in. That is not a cockerel in the background. That's my daughter pretending she's a cockerel. You can hear her. Yeah. And what we've got is we've got the pack back in. We've got all the BMS wiring done. All of this footage will come up after this. It's a bit of a stark contrast. I went through the footage. It seemed to be in a very monosyllabic, like monotone kind of, delivery. Might have been just the fact that it had been lack of holiday and time away from the workshop. That was the reason for that. So, but yeah, I've left it in such a position now that pretty much when I get home, it'll be wiring up a few HV lines and away we go again. Yeah, so that's the way we sit, and I'm already eagerly eyeing up some bigger battery packs if monetary values allow. But for now, 24 kilowatt is grand. Run some tests with them, see how far I can actually drive with it, and yeah, I'm just wandering around these gardens. They're brilliant. Just a little Airbnb down here, somewhere in the Beara Peninsula. Destination top secret. So that's it. So come back to me afterwards and we'll go from there. Right then, people. Here we are. Cells 72 up to cell, 57? Yeah. So I took everything off, continuity tested up to the plug there. I said, and that was all clear. Then we came to this, and lo and behold, the tap that was supposed to be here was there, and yeah, you get the picture. So rectified everything. Here's the wiring diagrams of everything. So we basically had to, if you have a look here, that's the rear pack, cells plus pin out, all the numbers. Each one of those references to location on the connector. So what we have here is, that is the left hand front module stack, which is pretty much here to here. I was in the left hand side, and the rest right hand, which is all good. Yeah, so that's all good. So you see here, cell 72 is pin 24. You check pin 24 here and you check it over there and you're all good. So I've gone through everything. This line delineates the 4-pack. Everything's checked, cross-checked everything, and we're happy. What I'm going to do while I'm here is I'm going to do the same for the right hand front module as well, just to be super sure. Should I have it all open? I might as well. So That's my excitement for tonight. That means once I've done that, then I can pack all this up, safe with the knowledge that it's all good. Now then, okay, bit of cutting and stuffing and cleaning. I had to clean the place up. It's a mess. Yeah, new holes drilled because I'm shifting the whole inverter forward a touch to make room for this, but it actually works quite nice. At the same time, pump, I've decided that brake boost pump is going to sit in this cavity down here. To make it sit down there, I've fabricated, voila, this little bracket which will sit like there and reach down there, and the pump will sit in down there. Okay, that's that done. What's the other thing? Oh yeah, let's call it bit of a reservoir, vacuum reservoir thing. That will sit in there. Pipe will go back up and around. That'll be going there. What else have I done? Yeah, I've been painting. I've been figuring out stuff to do with what I'm going to do here. Hang on. Yeah, so I wanted to bring the I've got the rest of the BMS wires coming in, but these are from the 24 pack here. These needs to come through here, out and into the bay here. So what I did was I'm going to make up 2 looms to retrace their steps back in here to meet with the BMS. So I had already bought these previously. I'd always doubled, tripled, quadrupled up on what I needed. So I can create the new loom like this. Like this. It clicks on there. Now this one is very unique. The key on this is a bit it's bespoke just to the BMS itself, the black BMS. So what I did was I have these 24 position connectors, and I just removed the key. So I just removed the key sort of locators in there. So I just have the 2 left. So that meant it could nicely and snugly does the same thing. There, goes on there. Those 2 in here, and new connectors on the end to connect it to the BMS. Yeah. So, other thing, yeah. So once I've got pump back in, get that all wired up, get the brake connected up, and do all that and give it a test run. So looking good. Then I can start putting the front of the car back together, give it back its smile. I think that's all I wanted to do today. I've got the so after that I need to wire up all this stuff, pipe, and then I need to plumb up all this stuff. I've got loads of piping and all that, one-way valves, all that type of thing, and then put that's my switch, my vac switch will then live in there. I think you start putting it all back together. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna wrap that thing as well in some noise cancelling neoprene, something or other that I'll find, and they will be good, and then we'll be good. Okay, that's it for now. Oh man, that was epic. Right, that took a few nights. Oh, sorry, building work's going on. It's taking over my work. So there you are. 2 made up. 2 extension leads. Ready to go into the BMS, which will sit in the boot. Yeah, so I connected them up. Oh, you can see them in there. I hooked them up here on this side. And then gently pull them through so they're sitting in here. They will come out very nicely into the boot space. And yeah, so that's it's all looking rosy now. I can actually now begin to put everything back in. So what I'll do is I will package the pack all up, seal it up good and proper, HV lines back in, and put it back in probably the weekend. And I haven't got building stuff in the way. Yet another little milestone. Yeah, we have brakes. So we have the servos in, bolted in, pedals in. Our back sensor is in there. Follow down here. Ooh, lights please. We have our back reservoir from Audi A8, and then down here, pump sitting in like so. Wired up, back up in there. See the little green circuit board there? That's our switch. So everything's connected up. And if you come with me, yeah, into the car. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna switch on ignition. There's nothing until I press the brake. See that? Here we go. Press the brake again. That's it. It's charged up, and straight away that's giving me like I can. How many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeepers! I can get a lot of presses in there. A lot of presses. So, and then it takes about what? That's after 4 or 5 presses. So it just takes another few seconds to charge up. There you go. Now that was extreme. Usually you wouldn't be doing that. It'd be a gentle, like coming into a bend, gentle press down. But like, just takes what, 2 or 3 seconds to charge up. And here's. That's it, after 1 press. Ooh. Delighted with that. Thank you, Johannes, for your MOSFET switch. That's my brakes done. Well, now I've got to bleed them, I suppose. But now that that's all comfy and happy, I can start put the inverter back in, get everything hooked up, and let's get this thing on the road. So, oh, a few other things. I got let me get you sit up there for a second. Picked up a kind of isolator. You know, to be going on the main terminal of the battery. I'll just have it there as a sort of a safety switch. Also got a fuse, larger fuse for the 12 volts fuse sort of holder. So I've got a couple of 80s and 60s for the power steering pump and DC to DC and all that. Just have it in here. So battery end goes in here, and from here you have power steering pump, DC to DC, and whatever else. So that as well. And I'm also just waiting for a inertia switch. Again, another safety feature I want to put in. Inertia switch that will trigger if there's an accident. That will just and for some reason I can't do anything, it'll switch off the 12 volt to all the systems. So that's in the post as well. So yeah, lots to do. And another step. Okay, if I didn't show you before, all back in. Excellent. Extension leads for the BMS all out where they should be, so I can tidy that all up into the boot space. Charger in, wired up, plumbed up. The system just needs to be filled. What have we done up here? Yeah, we have put in a nice little addition here. I've wanted to do for ages. There you go. So it's just, we've got actually let's move over here first, because we've got from 12 volts come through here. I've got a safety switch in here now, so going through here, so I can, if I'm working on 12 volts, I can just knock it off. Also switch here, you can see that switch is the DC to DC to give either, I think it's 12.5 or 14.3 volts to the battery, whichever you can have. I think it's, you know, when an alternator usually kicks out 14 point whatever, you can set this for the DC to DC to kick out whatever you want, either low in the 13 or 14.3 or something like that. So that's what I've got there. I don't know which is which. I'll do, and it's up and running, I'm just going to mark it which is which. So yeah, so that comes in here, then it feeds into the new fuse box here for the 80s and 60s and 80s. So I've got 80 there on the power steering pump, and we've got 80 there as well for the DC to DC. So put that back on. I just really wanted to have something decent in there. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. We saw that going in. I've got one of the new 50 square in there. The other one's going to go into the high voltage junction box. I've just sat this in place. The inverter, it's perfect, lines up. Everything, cooling hose is going to go in there. That's all bolted up. As I showed you before, my brakes work. There's my vac reservoir. I've actually wrapped up the vac pump in loads of this in a vain attempt of trying to suppress this noise. Will it work? Who knows? Come back to us in the next episode and we'll tell you. Yeah, that's it. Pretty good. Oh, one last thing. Where is it? Yeah. So I got this thing. No. I got this thing. Another safety feature I wanted to put in. Inertia switch. So it's you stick that in the front of the car, and then you have a slap, so nothing there. So that's it's, you basically run it in the line of the 12 volts to keep the 12 volt systems alive for the VCU and that. And when I hit the switch, has an accident, has a prang, it breaks the circuit, and then you can reset it like that. So kabalama, like that. Doesn't need much. That's a little bit. No. Yeah, needs a bit of a wallop to do it, but it's just enough, just what I need, and it's easily resettable as well. So came with connectors and all sorts of stuff, so that will go in as well. And yep, we're getting places. But yeah, but I'm gonna go away and stay in a Airbnb for a week, so I'm just gonna leave this alone. It's going to just sit here for another week or two. That's it. That's where we are. It's all looking good, isn't it? Everything's back together. Yeah. And next time I'll be putting something up. We'll be doing a test drive. Probably with a cockerel in the background. In the passenger seat. Say goodbye, Jody.
Say goodbye.
Yeah. So, till next time.
To him.
To them.
To the chickens.
Yeah, say goodbye to the chickens.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.